Hey guys, hope you're doing well. I just wanted to share with you my list here of the top 10 fruit trees that I enjoy. This is not necessarily the only 10 here, but I had to limit it to 10, so I went with these. Start with number 10 here, the guava, which is something that I've enjoyed since I was very young. They have a lot of nutrition. They're very tasty. Think of the tropics, guavas are definitely up there. When they're ripening, they smell, you can smell them. You go inside the house and you can smell them. So they're pretty delicious. And you can even eat the little seeds in them. I just got to be careful you don't bite too hard into one, or it could actually, chip your tooth or something. But they're very, very good. Number two, I have pineapples. You can grow, you can buy one in the store, and then you can just cut the top and plant it. You can grow another one just like that. But they're kind of ornamental. I mean, you can put them in the yard. They'll grow pretty. They don't take up pretty much any space. You can even grow them in a container. But they're very, very tasty. Usually a good deal at the stores for the amount of food the fruit has at a very good price. I always enjoy the pineapples, and I always cut the top and grow them. Next on my list, I would say coconuts. Reason being, you think of the tropics, tropical beach and all that, you think of coconuts. Personally, I really love drinking the coconut water, and I love the flesh inside, the white flesh inside. To me, it's delicious. I love eating like yogurts that have coconut pieces inside. As far as a dessert, it's awesome. Put a little cheese on it or whatever. I really enjoy it. From what I've read, it's got a lot of good stuff, and the coconut water is really good for you. And the tree looks very tropical. I mean, it's just, think of the beach, you think of coconut trees. Next on the list, at 7, I have bananas. That's another fruit tree that's basically not really like a tree. It's more like a shrub. It's mostly water in the trunk. It's got those big leaves. It's very tropical, and it gives you a rack of bananas, and they're delicious. In fact, that's probably the first fruit that I remember vividly eating very early on. And I used to eat a ton of them. I remember my dad used to grow them in the backyard. He had a bunch of them, and he would grow pumpkins underneath. Bananas are definitely up there as well. The next one on the list, I'm gonna go with papaya. Another very tropical fruit tree right there. Delicious fruit. You can make smoothies, you can make juices. I like eating it just right out the fruit, just cutting it and eating it. And a really tasty papaya, I mean, it's one of the best fruits for sure. Not only that, I think it's very good for your digestion. There's a lot of little bottles they sell for digestive enzymes, and they usually use pineapple and papaya extract. Can't go wrong with that one. Next on the list, I would say níspero or sapodilla. Very sweet. It's like eating brown sugar. And the tree is very pretty, I think. They can get pretty big, but you can keep them small too. And there's some varieties like Silas wood and all that are a dwarf, and they produce a lot of fruit. Like I said, another great choice. I really love eating that. I think that's like my mom's favorite fruit. It's pretty much a dessert, and the trees can be prolific. So that would be another tree that I would recommend. And I would say after that, I would definitely go with, like, I would say the Annona family, which includes sugar apples, custard apples, soursop. Those are all fruit trees that I think are great to grow, and the fruits are delicious, absolutely delicious. They're very sweet. If you've never had one, I highly recommend you try one. One of my favorites for sure. And like the sugar apple, doesn't take that much space. You can grow it in a small space. The one almond, a lot of them you can grow them like upright and in a small space as well. You don't really need that much space, so they're good options to plant in your home orchard as well. Coming in now, my top 3 here, I would put avocados. Very healthy choice. It's got all the good oils. To me, I can just have like some rice and avocados and I'm good. I don't need anything else. I can have a meal just with that. Very filling, very nutritious. The trees are great. There's a ton of varieties. You can pretty much get avocados almost all year long if you plant 3 or 4 different varieties. To me, that's one of the trees right there that I just think of when I think of tropical, fruit trees. It's definitely avocados. Now coming in at 2, I'm gonna go with probably what most of you would put as number 1, which probably makes sense to have as number 1. I mean, there's like a million varieties. It's like the king of the fruits. I think you know what I'm talking about, is mango. Mango is definitely an awesome tree, an awesome fruit. Delicious. You can juice it, you can make smoothies, you can freeze it, and you can just eat it off the tree like that, slice it up, and it's absolutely delicious to taste. I mean, there's a ton of different varieties, so you're bound to find some that you're just gonna love. because it's really a great option for fruit. The trees are great, strong. I mean, I don't even, where I'm at here in South Florida, I don't fertilize my mango trees. I don't even water them, and they give me tons of fruit. If you have a small area, you're probably better off getting a few of the dwarf varieties. Otherwise, you just gotta keep them small. You gotta trim them and tip them, and you can keep them small like that. You might not get fruit a year, but then the next year you'll get fruit again. But like I said, that's probably number one on most people's list. Now, what I chose as number one is because that's my favorite fruit, even though that's a hard call. There's just so many great tropical fruits. It'd be hard to, really rate them. And like I said, this list, I could probably add another 10 that I, wouldn't go wrong with. But I went with mamey, which is both of my grandmother's favorite fruit. It's something that I really enjoy. It's filling, nutritious. I mean, I just love the fact that they grow like on the trunk of the branches. To me, it's a great fruit, great tasting, best tasting smoothies you can get. I love the mamey smoothies. After papaya, that's my favorite. Papaya would be number 2 for me, actually. But mamey is just awesome. You can do the same thing. You can freeze them, and you can juice. I never really juice mameys, but you could juice them as well, I think. But definitely for smoothies, they're awesome. And just eating them, cutting the fruit up and eating them, I mean, personally I love it. Obviously the whole thing with tropical fruits comes down to your taste as well. Everybody's got their different taste, different varieties that they like. It happens with mangoes where, like, some people love cherries. I can eat a cherry, but it's not my favorite. Okay, it's just my taste buds. That's kind of how it goes. Now, I love a very traditional mango, for example, like Glen. To me, it's one of my favorites. It's something I love. I mean, some people might not like it as much. It's more of the old style type of like Kent, old style type of mangoes, but it's something that I find very enjoyable. So everybody's got their own taste, and what they like or don't like, and it varies. But these 10 fruits I don't think you can go wrong with, and just wanted to kind of go over and share my list of how I would rate them as far as the fruit and the tree. I mean, I kind of made it top 10 fruit tree and fruit because obviously you grow the tree because you like the tree, but at the same time most likely it's because you like the fruit. So, but these are like some of the great choices. Obviously there's a lot more. There's caimitos, white zapotes. I mean, just like I said, why even start on the list? It's just there's a lot more that are awesome as well. But these are my top 10. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the list, and leave a comment. Tell me what your top 10 are. Love to see that. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, guys, and God bless.